This one here, this is going to be controversial, and it's only because of the name. That's specifically because this is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. This is an electric crossover-esque thing that has been applied and given the Mustang name. Some of you are going to hate that. Some of you are going to be indifferent to it, but I'm here to tell you this is good.
The Mach-E will not be boring. There are a handful of versions to prove this. The standard range battery pack is a 75.7 kilowatt-hour unit and can deliver up around 210 miles on all-wheel drive Mach-E's. Jump to the extended range 98.8 kilowatt-hour pack though, and you bump right up to at least 300 miles of range for rear drive cars. That's right, you can get either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The fastest versions will be the all-wheel drive ones, of course, thanks to that instant torque delivery out to all four wheels. Ford says the Mach-E GT can run from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. There's the GT Performance Edition, however, which boasts 459 horsepower and 612 pound-feet of torque. It's as quick to 60 as a Porsche 911 GTS, but with more room for your friends and family. Even the standard Mach-E versions are quick. Both the rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive versions make 255 horsepower, while the rear-wheel drive model produces 306 pound-feet of torque, and the all-wheel drive one pumps out 429 pound-feet. These should run from 0 to 60 in the high 5-second range.
So out back, you can clearly see the Mustang inspiration, this cool-looking Mustang badge, and then these taillights are clearly Mustang-esque. I think the rear end works here well. It almost reminds me of a Mustang station wagon, which is something that only happens in my brain, and then once back in the 60s. Now, if you come around to the front, this is where we start to get not so Mustang-y. The headlights are kind of quasi-Mustang-esque. You have another Mustang grille up here in the badge, but then the rest of this, there's no grille. This is an electric vehicle, and you see that right in the face of it.
The all-wheel drive system employed here is Ford's new E all-wheel drive. It can independently apply torque to the front and rear axles as needed, and the system was tuned by Ford's performance team on racing simulators.
So this doesn't have a traditional door handle. There's a little button, and just pops right open. It's kind of cool. If you move to the back, same deal. Press it, pop it. I hope that doesn't break because it's probably expensive, but you're buying this new, you'll have a warranty. On the inside, this particular vehicle, I don't know what trim it is, but it does look nice. I like this microfibery suede-esque treatment up here. It looks really nice. It balanced against the plastic and what I'm assuming is faux leather. That same treatment can be found on the speaker surrounds. And then you have another Mustang badge and you have this huge screen here, which was probably inspired by what Tesla is doing. I'm sure it works fine because it's Ford's latest sync system. Down here is a wireless charger, and then the gear selector, not really a gear selector, the drive selector, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then an L mode is down here as well. But it's comfortable. I'm sitting up a little bit high. I would move this lower, and now I have a great view of the road, and it looks like there's room to fit me behind me, which is always important to consider when you're looking at a vehicle with another row of seats. But this cabin space feels kind of cool. I like the shape of this steering wheel. Overall, it's really nicely designed here, and then you add in all the light from this panoramic piece of glass up here. It's a good space.
The real important numbers come down to charging speed, of course. Per Ford, you can add an estimated average range of 32 miles per charging hour at home on a 240-volt outlet. But you can also use DC fast chargers when you're out and about. On a 150 kilowatt system, the Mach-E rear-wheel drive with the extended battery can add an estimated 47 miles of range in just 10 minutes. A standard range Mach-E can go from 10% to 80% state of charge in 38 minutes on the same system. Ford has over 2,000 EV certified dealers right now. It's ready to sell and service these things, but they obviously won't be cheap to buy. The first ones to arrive are the Premium and First Edition limited models. The Premium is $51,700 and the First Edition is $61,000. Now this is before any state or federal tax credits or rebates you might get for buying an EV. If you want to wait until later 2021, the base Mach-E Select lands then with a starting price of $44,995.
So listen, I get it. If you're one of those outraged that the Mustang name is applied to this electric crossover, I get it. I love classic cars. I love gas-burning V8 engines, but I also know what the future has in store. It's vehicles like this. It's evolutions of beloved nameplates. There will still be the other Mustangs for you to enjoy and burn tires and do all sorts of awesome stuff, but your everyday Mustang might be something more like this. You can bring your family, you can have fun, you can have that torquey EV punch, and you know, I think this looks pretty good doing it as well. The Mustang Mach-E, this thing's pretty cool.